What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I'm back with another Ghislaine Maxwell video, and I did a video that I will link down below where I talked about Ghislaine Maxwell agreeing to testify before Congress if certain conditions were met. Well, it appears as if Congress has complied with at least one of those conditions, so let's get into this article and find out which one. The chair of the House Oversight Committee said Friday he's willing to postpone convicted ex-offender Ghislaine Maxwell's deposition until the Supreme Court reviews the appeal she filed in her criminal case. Maxwell, a longtime friend and associate of Jeffrey Epstein, was convicted in 2021 on 5 federal counts related to trafficking. The committee, which is chaired by Republican Representative James Comer of Kentucky, subpoenaed Maxwell last week, ordering her to sit for a deposition on August 11th. The move came as the Trump administration faces bipartisan scrutiny over its handling of the Epstein case, with lawmakers calling on the government to release records on Maxwell and Epstein. In a letter to Maxwell obtained by CBS News, Comer said the committee is willing to delay the August 11th deposition date while the Supreme Court weighs taking up her case. Maxwell, who is serving a 20-year prison sentence, is challenging her conviction, arguing she should have been covered by a non-prosecution deal that federal prosecutors in Florida offered to Epstein and any co-conspirators almost 2 decades ago. The Supreme Court indicated this week it will consider whether to hear Maxwell's case in September, and Comer said her deposition can take place after the court decides on whether to take the case. Comer also said the committee will engage in good faith negotiations around the deposition, but is unwilling to grant you congressional immunity and will not send her its questions in advance, rejecting 2 requests by Maxwell's attorneys. Her lawyer, David Oscar Marcus, told the committee earlier this week she will plead the fifth at her deposition unless she's granted immunity or President Trump pardons her, arguing that any testimony to Congress could endanger her appeal to the Supreme Court. The oversight panel said in a statement this week it would not consider giving Maxwell immunity. Last week, Maxwell set for a separate 2-day interview with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche. Marcus said his client was asked maybe about 100 different people and answered questions about everybody. And in recent days, Maxwell was transferred from a low-security prison in Florida to a smaller all-female minimum security facility in Texas, CBS News learned Friday. No reason was given for the move, which outraged some Epstein and Maxwell accusers. The Trump administration has faced weeks of fallout since the Justice Department and FBI published a review of Epstein's case that stood by the finding that the accused trafficker was unalived by S in 2019 and didn't have any incriminating client lists. Critics, including some Trump loyalists, weren't satisfied by the review's findings and are demanding more information. The administration responded last month by asking judges to unseal grand jury transcripts for Maxwell's and Epstein's criminal cases. A Florida judge rejected a request to unseal transcripts from Epstein's case in the 2000s, and requests to release materials from Epstein and Maxwell's 2019 and 2020 cases are still being considered by judges in New York. Mr. Trump has encouraged his followers to drop the matter, referring to it as a hoax. So guys, what do you think about that? Do you think that since she's not being granted immunity or the pardon that she's going to plead the fifth? Or do you think that she's going to go ahead and testify before Congress? I personally think that she will invoke the Fifth Amendment and she won't testify. But you guys let me know what y'all think in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching. If you want more videos like this, please subscribe.